minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, I am VAOS, and today in this episode we're going to be building a small Ssto, very small. I had to bring down a video recently from YouTube due to the fact that it wasn't a true Ssto, and an awesome individual, let me know this, and the fact of the matter was when I made the video, it consisted of a craft that went up to orbital altitude, but then detached itself from the main probe, which then, under its own power, got into orbit. So it was more of a two-staged vehicle. And so I had to take it down and go back to the drawing board and figure out how to turn this thing into a true Ssto, being able to get into orbit, which SSTO stands for single stage to orbit, not single stage to orbital altitude. So, needless to say, I had some success, and now I will build the craft for you right in front of your very eyes. Alright, here we go. RC100, there we go, get some of that. Now, the thing to worry about is when you're dealing with this kind of small craft, weight is an issue no matter how small, so you really have to look at the weight. We will be using an FLT100 fuel tank. The smallest fuel tank in the game other than the probe fuel tanks, which by the way, have successfully made a two-staged craft that can get Jebediah or a probe into orbit using only these two fuel cells. And of course I'll be making a video of that shortly. But for right now, we need this thing. Right there. Come on, get in there. Oh boy. I tell you what, it's real hell trying to get it up there. You really need to know what you're doing and practice. Now, you might be asking me, why am I using this instead of that? Well, this one, look at the total mass. It's 0.3 compared to this one, which is 0.5. So while this one might be better for atmospheric flight, we're not trying to really get atmospheric flight, we're not trying to do loop-de-loops or whatnot, we're just trying to stay stable, and this reaction wheel will do the trick. And it's lightweight. Okay, turbojet engine. This is pretty much the craft. This is it. This is the SSTO. Now, of course I'm going to stick a whole bunch of stuff on top of it, but this is pretty much it. That's the core of the craft. Alright, next thing we need is, of course, rocket engines when we get up there. We will worry about air intakes in just a second. Okay, so you want to get a little strut on the side. Because a lot of the... Oh, you know what? I almost forgot. There you go. No cheating allowed. We will do this by the book. Or at least bend it a little bit. Alright, we need an engine. Now I'm going to use this one, the Rockomax 487S. And the reason why is because I could use this and do one of these numbers. But check this out. The ISP in vacuum is 300. Max power, 20. Total mass, 9. Look at this one. Rockomax 487S. The total mass is just a little heavier. But the ISP in vacuum is 350. Which means in space, I'll actually be using less fuel for the same amount of thrust. Even though it's a little heavier, it goes a long way compared to this. So we will actually take this for the bit. Stick it on there. Next, we'll make dual symmetry. So I hit the X key and flip it around using the W key. And here we go. Till it turns green, as far down as you can. Beautiful. I know it doesn't look right. It looks really weird, but it does work. Okay. Now let's take another... before we do the air intakes, because the air intakes are going to block all this top area right here, and this is where we need to put our satellite. So we need to push it up a little bit. I'm going to use one of these. And then finally, something to decouple it. There we go. Make sure your red arrow is pointing up, or triangle pointing up. Alright, now we're going to build the satellite itself. And for this one, I'm going to use my little Sputnik looking probes. And for those of you who know what I'm talking about, we have to start with a RCS fuel tank. So there we go. Oh, and I almost forgot. In order to do this right, you need to first build the part, then stick it on there. So we'll get one of these, and we'll turn off symmetry. There we go. Take this, flip it around, stick it on there. Okay, let's build the part. And the part consists of a linear RCS port and one of these small probe RCS fuel tanks. Now let's try to get this right in the center, like an eyeball, looking left, looking right. Oh no, it's alive. Okay, enough screwing around, let's go. That looks about right. Use this line right here. It doesn't really have to be perfect because it's only going to be used in short spurts for orbital directional purposes. Because this Ssto is going to get it into its orbit to begin with, so it probably won't need this much at all. Well, you take it off, make sure your little engine is pointing down, and then you slap it right there. Okay, now you can throw this away. So we've got our engine and our fuel. And you can do this if you want to. It's not necessary, but it does allow the probe itself to survive the night side of the planet. Nice little battery. Okay, now we need a probe core. And now we need to go ahead and put some instruments on it. You know, that way we can point out the obvious. That there's no gravity in space, that space is a vacuum, and so on and so forth. Oh, and that space is really, really cold. Duh. I did not know that. I thought it was warm. Well, technically it is warm. It's warm on one side and cold on the other. So if you were to stick your hand out in space, the side that's hitting the sun would fry at a couple hundred degrees, and the other side of your hand would ice up because of minus a couple hundred degrees. Yeah, very extreme, very extreme. Alright, now we want some communitrons, because we want a way to communicate, was that like levitate? Communicate with Kerbal. Okay, so we want 4 times symmetry. And if you have your angular snap on, all you gotta do is kind of bring this down past the, little past the core body, and it'll give it this nice angle. Really nice angle. Okay, well last but not least, we'll run out of power if we don't give it some form of means of capturing energy. In this case, solar energy. Make sure your symmetry is on for 4-way symmetry. And you can stick it like this and just leave it and call it a day, or you can put it down here, leave it, call it, it's up to you. But me personally, I like to grab this thing and hold down shift and use the S key. Give it a little curve. Yeah, that looks nice. Give it a little cool factor there. Okay, now you can try to get a bigger probe into orbit, but you know, my hat's off to you if you do make it. Because it is difficult. Every little piece of weight counts, which is why this thing is not going to have wings. Believe it or not, we are not going to put wings on this thing. The reaction wheel does nicely, and it's so light with so much power behind it that it really doesn't need wings to keep stable in the atmosphere. Alright, let's build our part first before we use symmetry. Get a little strut, and we need air intakes, or in this case, ram air intakes. Stick it on there. And here comes the tricky part. Alright, flip it around. Well, you can flip it any way you want, but I like to have the scoop on the inside. And now we do 6-way symmetry. The reason why is we're going to do this 3 times. Come on. Ah. Which will give us enough air intakes to take this thing into high altitude flight. Okay, I'm hitting Alt and then clicking it. That's pretty much it. So 3 times 6. What is that? 6, 6, 12. No, 6, 18. Don't get me lying. Yeah. And that works. You can do that without allowing part clip. Notice that it's not on. Alright. One more thing to make this a true SSTO. It not only, well, for me personally, a true SSTO not only can get into orbit, but can also get out of it and land safely. Since we do not have wheels, we will need to slow this puppy down with parachutes. And right now I'm thinking, look at the total mass. This one's 1.5, this one's 1. And, how heavy is a strut? 0.01. So we can actually save mass by, oh boy, this is going to be a little difficult since we already put the air intakes up there. Might be a little difficult. That might work. Alright. So we are going to use, where'd it go? This parachute instead of this one. So instead of using the radial parachute, we're going to use the Mark 16 parachute. The reason why is it's slightly less heavier. And the strut that we used is really, really light, so it's not going to add that much weight to it. Like I said, every little bit of weight counts. It'll make the difference between a orbital altitude of 70,000 or 90,000. So let's see if we can get this sucker on here now. Oh, here we go. I get a little green. Okay. Come on. Alright, 2 times symmetry and it's not letting it, okay? But now, no. Oh! That is really weird looking. Come on. Oh, no, that's not what I want. Gotta be so careful. Ah! Because if you run over something that's already got symmetry marked on it, there we go. Then it will automatically switch to the symmetry of the part that you landed on with with your mouse. And of course that's great if you're trying to build a rocket really quick. But if you're just trying to get 2 symmetries on one, and well, yeah, you got the idea. All right, I think we're just about finished here. I mean, I wish I could put a size comparison to something that I've built in the past, like the small micro SSTO that I recently put a video of up there. Would probably reach, well, here. Just do a real quick comparison. That's the fuel tank that I used for that SSTO. And then it had one of these in the middle, like so. And then it had a reaction wheel, well, SSTO, and SAS, thank you. Oh, and it had a decoupler, and a thingamajiggy, and a, whatchamacallit, and of course a jet engine underneath. Oh, get in there, you little. And of course it had wings. Wings. Da-da-da. Well, sort of. Ah! Which I think reached, like, up to here or something. Yeah. Look at the size comparison. And this is an SSTO. It will get into orbit. Granted, I practiced about 3 or 4 times. And I think I've got the flight pattern down, but yeah, there we go. Smaller than this. Of course, this could get 2 of these type of probes up into orbit. This one can only get 1. Awesome. Alright, let's throw these away. And cross your fingers. And your toes. And let's do this. Whoop. Before we do this. Action groups. We gotta make sure things are proper. Custom group number 1, toggle the jet engine and the air intakes. Cool thing is you only have to toggle 3 of them because it's got that 6-way symmetry. So all of them are now toggled. Second action group is, of course, the jet engine, rocket engines. That's pretty much it. Save. Move this guy out of the way. Make sure your staging is correct. Put all your engines on the bottom, your parachutes on the very top, and your separation doohickey in the middle. Save. And you know what? We gotta give it a name. Super Micro SSTO. That's right. Save. Alright, now we'll get rid of this. Alt 12. Save. And launch. Oh, I hope I get this right. What are the famous words of Alan Shepard? Oh Lord, please don't let us screw up. Oh boy. Okay, here we go. Make sure we have all of our numbers here. Is it morning? No, morning's on this side. Okay, it's sunset. So what we'll do is we'll go ahead and fast forward. Oh no, I forgot. Oh, son of a biscuit, someone slapped me. Yes, I understand. One more thing, ladies and gentlemen. One more crucial thing. I even wrote it down in front of me and just went right past it. We need to give this thing some form of ability to have power. And since we're trying to decrease the weight as small as possible, 005, that's not bad, but we're only going to put 2 on here. Maybe flip it around so it fits. There we go. Symmetry, crap, symmetry sucks. Okay, there we go. Put it on the rocket. Alright, just make sure it's facing the sun, because it will die. It will die on the nighttime of, well, without power, it will die, period. So, save, and now launch. I'm going to be trying to make this as short as possible, because I've noticed that my videos have started to become a little lengthy, and even when I watch them, I start falling asleep halfway through. So I do apologize for that, and I'll do my best to make these videos less lengthy and more entertaining. Or, you know, well, less sleepy-ish. Alright, fast forwarding. Here we go. We'll do this in the morning. Morning launch ready. Here we go. Come on. Where's the sun? Ta-da! We'll go a little higher. There we go. Yay, and it hasn't blown up. That's awesome. Okay, here we go. Resources on. Oh, crap. The world is watching. I hope I can do this. Alright. Spacebar. Turn off the rockets. SAS on, and full power. Whee! It's too bad you don't have a camera that you can switch to on the ground to watch your stuff go up. That'd be cool. Alright, now what we want to do is we want it to go up to about 200 meters per second, and not any faster, because right now we are pushing through super thick atmosphere. And to leave the engine screaming at full throttle, pushing through this atmosphere, all you're doing is wasting fuel. So at about 200 ms, that's fine. Notice how it's starting to climb up even with just a little bit of thrust, and I'm going to bring it down some more. Now this is not going to be your typical SSTO flight pattern. It is a little different. And what we'll do is we'll actually turn around just a teeny bit. There we go. It's actually very easy to control. Oop, going a little too fast. Bring it down some. There we go. Notice we're already cooking through our fuel pretty good. You want to get to about 20,000 meters for this. You want to cut through as much of the atmosphere as possible to about 20,000 meters. And then you want to level out. You want to level out and just floor it. What's going on over here? Alright, here we go. And floor it. Level out. Full power. Come on, baby. Alright, now you see your orbital marker starting to come down to about 10 degrees. You want to try to meet it right at 10 degrees. Now you are going to have some atmospheric re-entry effects. Don't worry. See how fast you're speeding up? Real nice. Nice, nice, nice. 25,000 meters. Alright, here comes the re-entry effects. Don't worry about that. Now, even though my nose is at 20 degrees, I'm trying to keep the orbital marker that's right here at 10. Alright, now it's your 30,000 degrees. You want to level out. Level out. Keep an eye on your air intake. You're going to be losing air pretty quickly. I may have goofed up, but let's hope for the best. Alright, bring your throttle down a little bit. Now you're at 0.7, 0.6. Bring it down some more. Oops. Come on. 4, 3. Bring it down some more. You want to try to squeeze as much jet engine power as possible. More. Notice the orbital speed is at 2400. Plenty. Right now you're just squeezing as much jet engine juice as you possibly can to keep those numbers from falling too rapidly before you're able to get into space. That's actually pretty good. I've never had orbital speeds of that magnitude before at these altitudes. And wow, look at how much fuel we got. Nice. 17 is perfect. As you can see, I'm kind of going back and forth. Please, no! Ah! Okay, we are out of gas. Now, thanks to the fact that we've closed the air intakes as well as turned off the engine, we should have a nice... Wow! Wow, that... Oh, wow, that... Ooh. I've never done that before. Holy shit. Good lord. I've never gotten that high before. Practice makes perfect, baby. And I've done this like 5 times. Finally, I guess the 6th time is a charm. Maybe this is the 7th time. I can't remember. Damn, I'm geeking out over that. That is fucking cool. Holy shit. Makes me wonder if I maybe should have put a larger payload on there. Hot damn. Okay, well, we're out of air intake and we've got plenty of fuel. Sweet mama. Here we go. Up, up, and away. You know what I forgot to do? I forgot to put these on some action groups. That's okay. Just do it manually. Son of a... Bleh. Nice. Alright. Alright, let's make a doohickey here. Orbital thingamajig, and recently I've been trying to, when I make a perigee, I make it as low as possible. The atmosphere of Kerbin stops at 70,000 meters. So I try to get it around 71 or so. And the reason is because, until today, I've been having problems with fuel. Which I don't think I'm going to have problems with fuel today, but you want to be as close to the atmosphere as possible with Kerbin for your perigee. Matter of fact, we'll just squeeze a little bit more out of there. There we go. Because of the simple fact that deorbital burning will, or normally, zaps your fuel, so you don't have any more fuel left. And this perigee will fall like at 60,000 meters. But that's okay, because what's going to happen is you're going to enter the atmosphere of Kerbin and then jump right back out, which will, because you're aero braking, which will bring your apoapsis down every single time. So slow down some more, slow down some more, slow down some more, till finally you re-enter the atmosphere and hopefully fall on something soft. But yes, awesome. Awesome, 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 awesome. Alright, 7 minutes, let's go ahead and fast forward. Alright, 10 seconds. Turning on rocket engines. And here we're going to use gravity assist, so we're going to go past our apoapsis, and as we're falling, we should be gaining speed. There we go, so it's starting to climb up on speed, and we're going to use that to help save fuel. Here we go, because we're high enough, we can do this. If you were like 80,000 or something, which I've normally only been able to take this craft up to, this would not be recommended. There we go. Come on, baby. Come on, halfway there. 12 units of fuel and dropping. Damn, I think we're going to do this with plenty of fuel to spare. Coming up on 70 and give it a little more gas. There we go. Holy crap, that's awesome. Wow. Holy crap, wow. That is just too cool. There you go, a tiny, 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 tiny SSTO. You know, if I can get 200,000 meters and still have 10 units of fuel remaining, I wonder, how small can I go? Can I go smaller? Is that even possible? I don't know. It's a good question. Alright, well, let's do this. Let's flip over on the other side, make sure you're... I want to make sure that this is facing the... that my solar panels are facing the sun on the other way. I do not need to run out of power and then be dead in the water and not be able to turn around. That would suck. Right now, this electricity is not coming from the SSTO, but rather the satellite, so... because it's got that nice battery right there. Alright. Let's get a little bit further out there so I can get some light. Put some light on the subject. And that's good. I'm gonna flip it around. There we go. Cool. Alright. Oops, where are you going? Let us release the satellite. Yes. Make sure all our doohickeys are out. Turn on all our stuff. Yes, there's zero gravity out here. Wow, it's a vacuum. Are you kidding me? It's really, really cold. And, of course, I have no idea what that is. Okay. There she is. Releasing in 3, 2, please don't explode, 1. That is sweet. Switching over. Alright, we'll name this real quick. SATCOM 1. Test out its RCS. Whoa, whoa. Okay, SAS on. And H. H? H? No? I, J, K, L, N? Oh, there we go. That's funny, it's backwards. Okay. Woo, yeah! Don't run into me. Sweet. Switching back. Awesome. Very maneuverable little satellite. Really cool looking too. The Stay Putnik. Yes. No, that's the spherical one. Anyway, let's go ahead and deorbit this thing so that we can complete our mission and call ourselves Super Micro SSTO. Let's see here. Okay, we want this. Ooh, where do we want it? I mean, we have plenty of fuel. Normally, I just aero brake and land wherever. But since we have plenty of fuel, I'm gonna see if I can't land it back at Kerbal headquarters. Okay, so what I'm gonna need to do. Nope, I'm not gonna have power. I'm gonna run out of power on the dark side. So everything that we have to do has to be on the sunny side of Kerbal. Okay, so I'll aero brake. Okay, so I get up there. Let's go ahead and get into position. Fast forward. And that's good. You know what? I just did the stupidest thing in the world. You do not want to do that because you could run into your own probe by accident. Make sure your probe is well away. Alright, I'm gonna activate rocket engines now. Bring it down to about 60, 69-ish. A little bit more. I'm going to go down to about 65. How much fuel we got? Still 10. Damn. Alright. Now I'm going to use this to aero brake. So let's hope it works. Here we go. Oops, wow. Make sure my side is facing the sun. Good. We want to make sure we got power coming in when we get on the other side. Good. Here we go. Fast forwarding. Notice the electricity? Zap. Okay, we're entering the atmosphere. Our apoapsis is dropping slightly. Very slightly. Now this aero braking technique is going to take forever, so I'm going to go ahead and jump to the part where we will start deorbiting. For your convenience. But yes, aero braking does work. Check that out. It's just gonna take a while. Alright, I'll see you then. Alright, well, that sucked. I am flying right past where I'm supposed to be landing, and this is not good. Oh lord, where am I going? I don't have enough fuel to get out of here. Okay, well, we're obviously entering the atmosphere at this time. Nope, 44,000, okay. Turn SAS off because we want the heaviest part to face the atmosphere during re-entry. Yeah. Oh well. At least it's gonna go back to Kerbal and they'll just have to recover it by some other means. I was hoping maybe it could be a little closer to Kerbal, but I'll take what I can get. Here we go. And re-entering the atmosphere in 2, 1, 0. Alright, we're going to deploy parachutes now. Oh, whoa, slow down. Oh, yes, last time I did this with the warp sped up so badly that the physics was 4 times the strength and it ripped the parachutes right off and killed the whole thing. So definitely keep an eye on your little time warp there. Here we go. Cross your fingers. Hopefully it doesn't tear apart. And there we go. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Awesome. Just freaking awesome. And photon down. I guess normally you'd have like a couple of boats or something getting ready to recover this vehicle. But there you go. The tiniest little SSTO that I can come up with as of yet. Awesome. Seriously cool. Alright, well, that's it, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for thank you so much for watching. Wow, still geeking out over that 200,000 meters. Shoo-wee. Let's see if I can't put something bigger on there. Alright, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for watching. I am VAOS, signing off.